Honestly, for the longest time, the Project Moon community has had a problem. Well, yeah, this place is riddled with shitty jokes and has the media literacy of a 5-year-old. But that's not what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about the obsession that some have with flaw. Yeah, we're talking about power scaling. Yay! Strap in. I will be using a shitty voice filter because I hate my voice, and anything to make this a little more bearable for me to record because I've probably done like 30 takes already for this first portion of the video because I suck at talking. Anyway, strap on in because this is going to be about Bamboo Hadakim. Now, if you read the title of my channel or you just know me, I love this guy. He's one of my favorite characters, and yeah, this will have some bias. Another disclaimer is that I don't really care about the discussion of power scaling as a whole. Yeah, you can have some friendly banter about what character is more powerful than the other. I don't really care. But this community tends to take it to extremes like they do with a lot of things. And once again, another disclaimer, I know not all of you are like this. There are some pretty great Project Moon fans out there who are willing to talk about the story in very, very good, deep ways, and I extend my gratitude to y'all. This video will contain a lot of opinion, so if you don't like it, then you don't have to agree with me. Hell, judge me for my opinion. That's what I'm here for. You can judge others for their opinion. And let me know what you think. Now, if you've been living under a rock and don't know what power scaling is, it's the practice of scaling a character's abilities to the ones around them to determine whether or not they're weak or strong compared to others. Now, why this pisses me off about Bamboo Hadakim is that the whole story is about the struggles of the pressure to be a leader. He made bad decisions because of weakness. That doesn't make him a fraud, it makes him a human character. We've seen that people say Kim is weak because he didn't immediately bounce back from his distortion, which is such a weird take to have. I mean, let's take Papa Bongi, for example. He distorted of his own accord and accepted what happened to him. Well, if you remember, or you just don't know, Kim was distorted because of the monolith pushing his negative emotions over the edge. He telefragged the room with the monolith in it, and it caused that sort of thing to, distort him. I mean, the sinners also beat the shit out of him, which I don't blame them. The thumb was going to show up, so it's the lesser of two evils. But you guys are surprised that he didn't recover as fast? Also, people recover differently. They're all different people. They're not going to recover the same. I don't know how people haven't taken that into consideration. It just kind of vexes me, man. What about the Time Reaper? I hear nobody saying because nobody's brought up the Time Reaper since the BHK. He's been missing since 1932 and T-Corp has them, so dude, I could not tell you. Okay, so why is such a sentiment mean to Kim's writing? If he's weak, he's weak. Well, what a horrible way to interact with the story. Please do better. We are so focused on the physical capabilities and faults of the character that we fail to recognize why they're there. Kim isn't weak, he's in need of help. And if you genuinely don't know the difference between the two, then I don't really want to hear what you have to say about characters that are physically far stronger than Kim. Hell, take any of the Sinners. They aren't weak characters, they rely on each other for growth and support. I've never really seen anyone accuse them of being frauds, or whatever you guys would say. But that's because you recognize that someone's fault cannot define them in a way. It's intensely cruel to hold Kim to such a standard. If someone is struggling, the worst thing to do is to call them weak for it. For God's sakes, let's see this from Kim's perspective. You're homeless, your friends and family are being killed right in front of you because of a mistake you made in their best interest. And it mirrors an event that haunted you in the past. Would you not feel even a little bit upset? The normal human answer is yes. Well, why make this video? Because it's very frustrating to have a conversation about the mental health of certain characters when you have some asshole come in and claim that Kim is weak. It speaks to a broader issue that people have about not caring of the themes of story in favor for frivolous discussion. Like I said earlier, I don't think power scaling is the devil, but this community does it way too much, and oversaturation of it leads to the disregarding of the story when it comes to human faults. Kim has faults for a reason. It's an insult to mock his character for it. Sure, you don't have to love Kim like I do. Hell, I don't even care if you don't like him. Just make some informed opinions about the shit you talk about. One side note I kind of want to mention is, people are angry that Kim wasn't in the House of Spiders raid. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of disappointed he didn't show up, but I understand why he didn't. The story wasn't about him. It was about Ryoshu, and we're going to have an intervallo that's more about recovery in the LCE, which Kim's confirmed to be in. Great. More Kim content for me. But you guys need to understand that sometimes characters are not written in as side characters because it would clutter up a story. Very crazy reach for me to say, but that's like saying, hey, why wasn't Angela in the fucking House of Spiders? But because it would make no sense for her to be there. But Vespa said that Kim had joined them. think we all misinterpreted that line. That doesn't mean a thing. If I was recovering from the worst day of my life, would I immediately want to be drafted into some big operation? No! I'd want to make sure I was completely okay before doing that. I ran over, but I really wanted to mention that you guys' opinions, no matter how frivolous they are, on fictional media, will speak to who you are as a person. You could be an utter saint, but the second that I hear, oh, Kim was weak for not bouncing back from his distortion, I would think, do you really care about that when it comes to real-world mental health? I know that it's all fictional at the end of the day, but fiction has a way of bringing out what people really think. If you spend your life focusing on one aspect of a character, people are going to think you don't care about anything else. Guys, please be mindful about the things you say online. Everyone said some stupid shit, okay? Everyone's done it. You are human, and I love you because you're human. But you can't seriously think that I need to take you seriously if you bring power scaling into a discussion that had nothing to do with it, because that's all you think of. Alright, cutting this short before this gets way too long and way too aggressive. I don't usually make content like this. If you look at this channel, it's mostly just drawing stuff and compilations. Why? But I wanted to dip my hand into some sort of rad content with gameplay in the background. Yes, this is my gameplay, so that's why it sucks. In the future, I'll probably make things more personal, geared towards my personal experiences, and analyze media alongside it, because I like doing that, There'll be a lot more lighter-toned videos where I'm not complaining about things. Also, stuff that's not Project Moon. I mean, I like Fallout, I like Calamity, I like Terraria, I like all that bullshit, Before this, I was considering making a Fallout video on Edward, Sallow, and Sean, because, they're both cancer survivors, and I'm one too. Survivor is, big in quotes there, depending on your actions in that game, but something more akin to that, personal stuff. But bye-bye, I hope you enjoyed this, and yes, my audio was shit this entire time. This is me post-edit putting this in. Oh my god, I am so sorry.